Just about party. People see right through you.
O'Reilly Factor.
Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly. In the At Your Beck and Call segment tonight, most fair-minded Americans listened respectfully to President Bush last night.
Like all who have held this office before me, I have experienced setbacks. And there are things I would do differently if given the chance. Yet I've always acted with the best interests of our country in mind. I have followed my conscience and done what I thought was right. You may not agree with some of the tough decisions I have made, but I hope you can agree that I was willing to make the tough decisions.
But just a few moments after the president spoke, the Bush haters on NBC News kicked into high gear.
The scary thing about the last 8 years is that George Bush, whatever you think of him, came to office pretty much tabula rasa in terms of philosophy. He didn't have much. He was a rich kid driving his father's car. He got to be president because of his father, let's face it, the same way he got into school and everything else, the same way he got his car, probably.
All right, moves now to analyze the hate Bush syndrome. Fox News anchor Glenn Beck, whose new program debuts on Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Looking forward to that. You're going to have Sarah Palin on your program, the first one, right?
Monday.
You got to tell her, you got to talk to me. I mean, she's talking to everybody. You know what? She's talking to people.
Like I got to carry water for Bill O'Reilly.
No, but it's like after you're finished, say, Bill feels lonely. He wants to speak with you, Governor.
Will you play nice?
No, of
You know,
course
I have
not.
to tell you, Bill, a lot of my listeners have told me, I mean, a lot,
Yeah.
have said, you got to be careful of Bill O'Reilly. He
Too
hates
rough, huh?
No, they're like, he hates you. And I'm like,
He hates you?
me. And I said,
well, they're
and I said,
absolutely right.
I don't even.
Look, this is the no spin zone.
Right.
You don't give to everybody. All right. Is Bush hatred, and we don't mean to pick on Mr. Matthews. He's not nearly the worst of them over there.
Well, I mean, wait.
Wait. Let me ask you a question. Is it business or is it a disease with these people? New York Times, NBC News.
I think it's a business for some. It is sincere with others, and it is a disease with others. I mean, some people are out of their mind crazy with their hatred for him.
Right.
You know, I don't like Barack Obama, but I don't hate him. You know, we haven't seen 8 years yet. So let's see. But I don't.
But
he's the president of the United States.
But Obama's not the best example. Clinton is.
I didn't hate Bill Clinton.
No, neither did I.
Yeah.
But there were right-wingers who did, and who would never stop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But these people, look, New York Times today, this Krugman, we're going to deal with this guy on Monday, this Paul Krugman. They just can't even let it breathe for 48 hours. Let the man leave the White House, go to Texas, and then, start beating him up next week. Give him a day. No, you can't give him a day.
Here's the thing that I find interesting is that he's saying that, oh, well, the only reason why George Bush was president was because his dad. Well, first of all, is that the only reason why Senator Clinton is a senator?
How about the Kennedys?
I mean, for the
how about the Kennedys?
Caroline Kennedy, exactly right. But let me ask you this: he can't look at anything that the man has done at all.
It's all bad.
Is there any?
No.
Is there anyone who was on September 11th? If I would have come to you, Bill, and said, "I'll bet you $100,000,"
I would have taken a bet. We'd be hit again. I would have.
You would have said we wouldn't.
No, I would say we would have been.
Absolutely.
We would have
There's
hit again.
nobody that would have. There's nobody
Right.
that would have taken a bet
They
if we
won't
said.
give you.
No.
They won't give you anything. It's
Right.
just like Clinton did some good things in office. Economy was pretty good under him.
Yep.
Okay. The far right wouldn't give him anything. He was an idiot. He was this, that, and the other thing. But here's the rub. When Clinton left office, all right, there was a huge thing hanging over the federal government, the Mark Rich pardon, where millions of dollars changed hands. Bush got in and didn't investigate it. Went right ahead, said, maybe, but I'm not going to waste my time. We got more important things to do. You didn't hear a word from Krugman or NBC News or any of those people about that. Now they're trying desperately, I mean desperately, to ally up with Conyers, the congressman from Michigan, to have some kangaroo court to find anything to indict Bush and Cheney, thereby ripping the fabric of the country apart. My question to you is, why? They know it's going to damage America. Yeah, it'll damage Bush, but it'll damage America more.
You know what? I don't know why, Bill. I will tell you this, but it is going to. It will rip them apart. If you are only about politics of destruction, it will destroy you. And I'll bet you.
NBC News still on the air. You see, New York Times is going.
Wait a minute. Hang on just a second. NBC and MSNBC is still on the air. Bill, look at your ratings.
Okay, they get hammered. You're right. But they're still there. General Electric, and it's
Because
Immel's
they were
fault.
all because
That's his fault.
How do you move forward when you don't really stand for anything? You will collapse if you don't stand for principles. We were just talking about this before we went on the air. You know what? I appreciate you in the same way I appreciate Tim Russert. When Tim Russert was on, I'd watch him on Sunday, and he would say something, and he'd be like, well, that pisses me off, because he was talking to my guy. But then the next time I'd be cheering when he was talking to the other guy, or vice versa. He was fair. He was about principles. If you're about principles, you'll last. When you're just about party, after a while, people see through you.
Well, and New York Times is going bankrupt. We know that.
Yep.
And as you pointed out, NBC's news ratings are terrible. All right, Glenn Beck's going to be on. He's going to start Monday. He's got to have Sarah Palin on. He's going to, after he talks to the governor, he's going to convince the governor to come on a factor. And he's got to...
I got to do it. He just told me America. He hates me. Why would I do him a favor?
Look, we're looking forward to watching the show at 5 o'clock.
Thank you, sir.
It's going to be great.
Thank you.
You know, the new lineup has got a lot of vibrance, and we appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
And Glenn will be here every Friday.
Yeah.